What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Got my Kraken with me. You know how it is. In today's video, what I wanted to talk about are two things. One being a name change. Well, my name change, but like not really. It's a name change, but not really. It's basically a name Shorten. The second thing is trainers versus live blades. I'm not sure if I already made a video on this, but I'm doing it again, so screw that. So first of all, with the name change, I have been named Splix the Mass Flipper for a very, I won't say a very long time, but since I've really started YouTube and Instagram, so what I'm going to be doing is I might be changing Splix from Splix Mass Flipper to just Splix TMF, which is, TMS the Mass Flipper. So yeah, that's that. And give me 1 second, please. Alright, I had to check something. So, and the second thing is, like I said, trainers versus live blades. So two things when it comes to that. Both are not, one of them is not better than the other. Trainers are not better than live blades are not better than trainers. They are both cool in their own little separate ways. That was a terrible transfer. They're cool in their own little separate ways. I do think, I personally, of course you can have your own personal, factual opinion on it, like your own, like, oh yeah, trainers or live blades are better to me, and that's factual. Sure, that's factual to you, not to everybody else, though. For the three factors of that, like I said, all, like, trainers and live blades, they are the exact same thing. Well, not really the exact same thing, but they do pretty much the exact same thing. With trainers, you can be reckless with it. You can do literally whatever you want. You can even do this. So, bite handle right, and chaplain. The bite handle marker on the Kraken is a little bit scratchy, but other than that, I'm perfectly fine now. I don't have a ring of shame. I have zero things wrong with me. But with a live bladed knife, that's wet now, great. Because the ground is a little bit wet, so yeah, that's my life. So I keep thinking something is something when that's actually not something. Anyway, so back what I was saying, trainers, they cannot hurt you in any way, shape, or form. Sure, they can't injure you in any way, shape, or form. Sure, they can probably, I don't know, they can pinch you, they can scratch you. Worst case scenario, they can pinch a little bit of skin off and cause something. I don't know. Man, I am dumb. I wear a hoodie outside, if you can tell. Man, this is not smart. I'm gonna have to take this off. Which will not surprise me. I have a School Industry shirt under here. But basically, yeah, trainers, they cannot injure you in any way, shape, or form. The only way they can really hurt you is if they pinch you, scratch you, or... What in the world was that? I don't know if you heard that, but I just heard like a big wave of thunder when it's not really thundery outside. Like very surprised. Anyway, but yeah, like I said for the time, trainers, they can pinch you, they can scratch you, they can maybe pinch a little bit of skin off. That's about it. One of my subscribers, or one of the people in my community, Vadium, however you say his name, it's spelled Vadim, or you just call him Vadium, because, that's his name. This is how he pronounces it, so we pronounce it like that too. Or I do, at least. I've heard people pronounce it Vadim, or Vadim, whatever, I don't know, but one of my guys, his name is Vadium. He, on his Falcon trainer, I think the Zen pin nipple, like those, like if you know what the Zen pin nipple is, it's literally this little thing right here. I don't know if you can see it very well because my camera kind of sucks. Well, the screen kind of sucks. But this little thing right here, on the Falcon, apparently pinched him, and basically tore off the first layer of his skin on like his finger from like right here. And was it gory? Did I think it was a bone? Absolutely, because it was white. That's how bad it was. But it's fully healed. It's pretty much fully healed now for him. And yeah, that was just crazy that a trainer actually did that. But I believe it because Zenped nibbles, they can be stupid. So yeah. And if I'm alright, so it's time to move on to live blades. If I missed anything about trainers, let me know in the comments. So yeah. Uh, with so with live blades, there is a legitimate risk of getting cut. I know I completely took that from Will Hirsch's video on how to transfer live blades, but who cares? Uh, but on live blades, there is like an actual like legitimate risk on getting cut and basically doing damage to your body. And if you don't know, a live blade is in fact just a regular knife, just with balancing handles. Uh, I don't even I don't even flip them. I don't flip live blades. I'm not even allowed to, but I do have one. Reason I have live blade is I was just getting into battle songs. Literally about 2 months after I got into battle songs. I'm an idiot. My uncle gave me a Boker live bladed battle song for Christmas. Was my mom happy about that? No, of course she wasn't. With my dad, he was a little bit weirded out by it, but he was like, "A knife is a tool, just don't play with it." I'm like, okay. And then like, you really expect me to not play with a battle song, like a live bladed battle song? Of course, I did a few openings, but it got taken away. But who cares? So, I mean, live blades, like I said, they're good in their own special way. And trainers are good in their own special way. Like I said, with trainers, you can't injure yourself. Like I said, you can pinch yourself, you can scratch yourself, you can maybe do what Vadium did to himself. With live blades, like I said, there's a legitimate risk of getting cut. And what I mean by that is, of course, I don't really know what there is to explain by that, other than the fact that if you screw up, you will, in fact, probably injure yourself. Because, like, let's say you mess up an aerial. One of the guys in my Discord server, his name is Vantage, or his YouTube channel is Invixity. I don't think he posts on it though. I don't even think he has an Instagram handle, so I can't leave it down in the description. But I will leave Vadium's Instagram down in the description. But with Invixity, or Vantage, I'm just gonna call him Vantage. He cut himself one way by doing an aerial on his live by Falcon. Did he cut himself? Yes. I think I just said that. I'm stupid. But yeah, he basically cut himself on his live by Falcon by doing an aerial, and that's how I mean by that. Like, I am not confident doing aerials with my live blade personally, even though my live blade is very dull. I don't even know how that happened. I barely ever use it for like anything. But yeah. Let's see here, backhand fans, woo. But how my live blade got dulled, I have literally zero clue in the world, because like I said, I don't really use it for anything. If I literally do anything with it, this is what I do with it. I'll show you guys what I do with it. That's what I do with it. That's literally all I do with it, like, ever. I don't know how it's dulled. I've cut maybe 2 things with it. I think it came dulled, but I have no idea. Do I want it sharp? No, I don't want it sharp. Because I want it to get dull enough to where I can probably flip it without my mom having a freak out. Or my dad saying, "Hey, I like the tool. Not a toy." Like, yeah, I know, but it's a battle song. I want to flip it. But yeah. But in going back to what Advantage did, yeah, he was doing an aerial basically, and yeah, basically he cut himself. Like, that's a great cause on how to get cuts right there. Because if you're doing something stupid and not being mindful of what handles you're catching, like how you're catching your knife, then you will in fact cut yourself. As you can see, I would have cut myself if this was the live blade side. This is not the live blade side. I cut like this. Let's see if I can get a live blade catch going on. Let's see here. Ooh, dang it! I'm so used. The muscle memory is so used to it. Like, you see, that was intentional, obviously. But if I missed the aerial, look at that. Bite handle, I would have gotten sliced. And that's how that can happen and stuff like that. And I just did a false pin spin, and I catch it right here. Yeah, that would have cut me too. So yeah, long story short, trainers are better in their own special way. Well, not really better, but they're good in their own special way. Live blades, they're better in their own special way. And yeah, don't really hate on either one of them just for what they are. Believe me, I would flip live blades if I was allowed to, but I'm just simply not allowed to. That might be a little bit of a reason to that, but I genuinely don't know. I think there is a little bit of reason to it, and I know the exact reason, and I'll in fact share that with you guys. So, okay, everyone. So, hi, this is me on my mic. This is gonna be like a 10-minute rant about how my brother cut his eye. Yeah, his eye. You're not gonna hear my crack in the background. But basically, my brother cut his eye when he was about 10 years old. I don't know the exact age, but let's just say he was 10 years old. He was less than 13. He cut his eye when he was about 10 years old, and he was playing with my dad's, checking out my dad's pocket knife collection. One of those push knives, like one of those knives with the button on it that fling the blade out. He accidentally pressed that, I think, and then the blades sliced his eye. Basically, long story short, I had to go to the emergency room at 3 a.m. and my mom and the doctors could not promise my mom that he would ever have his vision again, but he has vision now. It's really good. It's about 10 years later, about something like that. It's a lot of years later. It's definitely more than 5 years later. He doesn't have 20/20 vision. I do. He doesn't have it, which is kind of a given. But that might be a little bit of the reason why I'm not allowed to live blade. But that's really all I know. But my mom did say that's not the reason, but I think it's part of the reason. Anyway, yeah, back to the video. And yeah, that was a long story short. So yeah, that might be a little bit of a reason why my mom won't let me flip live blades. But I would be very careful with that. Like, of course, I'm gonna be reckless with a trainer just because it's a trainer. But with a live blade, I would absolutely respect the blade. I would 100% respect it. Like I would do I would do a wrist pass, like unhand wrist pass, just like that. I would be very careful when it comes to aerials. Very careful when it comes to aerials. God damn it! I would be very careful when it comes to aerials. There we go. But yeah, I would, and hopefully, by the time I move out, then I can probably get a live blade. Of course, I'll be able to get a live blade once I move out, but hopefully, I'll be able to convince my mom I can get a live blade at some point. She said I can get one. My parents said I can get one, but I'd have to put it in a drawer, which kind of sucks. So I was thinking about getting a BRS rep kit clone, and putting some USA knife maker hardware in it, and modding it up, and then sticking it in a drawer. That's really what I could do with it. So yeah. Anyway, man, that ladder sucked. Anyway, that's my little 2.5 points, I guess. I kind of added half of one onto there. But yeah, that's the reason why I can't flip live blades. It's not one of the reasons, but you know, that's just a little story that my mom might have towards live blades. But yeah, just basically, long story short, she doesn't want me to cut myself. There you go. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, that's about it for the video. I hope you guys liked it. If I missed anything about live blades or trainers, let me know. But yeah, and also I'm gonna be changing my name to Splix TMF because that's just, you know, a little bit of an easier thing to say instead of, you know, Splix. Well, Splix. Okay, the Mask Flipper is kind of like an alias, I guess, maybe like Splix. You know, the Mask Flipper type thing. So yeah. Anyway, before I go into any more rambling, I will see you guys in the next video. Yeet.